I built an AI that pitches me a YouTube video every day at 3 a.m. Every day before I wake up, an AI has already gone through everything I did yesterday and gives me an idea to create a YouTube video. I don't prompt it and I don't even open my laptop, and today's idea was to create this video. I will be following this presentation along with files that you may need to create this automation, because this is how I automated the hardest part of being a creator, deciding what to make every day. So if you go to my free school community, it's called Build with AI. It will be in the description of the video. You go to Classrooms, Cloud Masterclass, you can see other videos, but choose the 3 a.m. YouTube agent, still my full setup. Here you will have 3 files that you will need, and it's in here. You just download it and put it into Cloud Code. So let's continue with the presentation. The hardest part isn't filming, it's deciding what to film, because some days you might know what type of content you want to film, but maybe others you aren't sure about what you can do, or you don't have any more ideas to record and create a video every day. So that's why I created this automation. So the best content is the work that you are already doing every day and you know how to do it, and you can explain it and show it and teach people in your YouTube videos the things you do every day. And this is like having an agent that notices this for you every night while you sleep. Before creating the whole presentation, if it needs, or files that need to create this video, I did that first. It pitches me the video that I can do, and if I like it, I approve it when I open my laptop, and then it works and does all the files. If I need a presentation or to have prepared this, it does everything for me, so I just have to go and record myself. There are 3 layers. One, unattended employee. The first layer is the workflow, a plain English SOP in Markdown. The brain, the version control. Edit the agent's behavior by editing a text file, no code required. Then there is the agent, the cloud code running headless. Reads the SOP, gathers context from 3 sources, and synthesizes one video proposal, and then stops. It doesn't continue, because if you don't like it, it will spend all these credits and created all this for them to go to waste. Then there is the tool that's when you approve the plan, and it starts creating on its own agent the structure and whatever needs to be able to record straight that video. So all this lives in a markdown, not in code. A workflow SOP defines the objective, the steps, the edge cases, and exactly how the agent handles every failure model. Change the agent's behavior by editing a text file, no redemption. You don't need to know a lot about coding, just a text file in plain English. You can also share by anyone in your team. This works in a window scheduled task that fires at 3 a.m. every night, so it works on my computer. If it's already open, it works at 3 a.m., but if it's closed, when I open it, it works straight. So in here in the presentation, you have a prompt that you can put to Cloud. When you have all the files that are in my free school community, you put it into Cloud Code and tell it this. Then if you prompt this, Cloud Code runs headless, logs everything, and exits after writing one markdown file, the MD file. So you may be wondering how it says yesterday what you did. And this works in 4 ways we are going to put it. First, the source one, the Git. Git logs since 26 hours ago. Stat. Every file touch, every commit message, the exact scope of yesterday's works. It knows everything, and it looks every file that has been modified, every chat, and everything you have done. That's how it gets the information that you did yesterday, because it all works in your computer in your second brain folder. I have a video about talking how to do the second brain. You can see it in my YouTube channel. Then there is the source 2, why you did it. Session memory files capture decision and context, the story behind the code, not just the diff. This is the teaching gold. So in this step 2, the memory, Cloud Code doesn't, not only it knows what you did change, but it knows why you did it and how you did it. Then there is the source 3, the folders. It looks at what's new, recently modified files under your project's video automations AI folders, in your second brain project, in your operating system. It catches work that never made it into a commit yet. Then after doing all this, it has the output, one proposal. It tells you one thing that you can create a YouTube video about, that you did yesterday with this three resources: the kit, the memory, and the folders. And then you have the output. It just gives you a proposal, and then if you approve it, it does all the heavy stuff by itself. About the security part, it's not unattended doesn't mean unrestricted, because what most people reach for is dangerous skip permissions, that it can bypass all safety checks, that the agent can run any command, delete files, call any API key, and maybe one bad run at 3 a.m. It's a real damage with no one watching. But instead, there are some allowed tools scope list that the agent can only read, write, edit, log, grid, git, and date, and nothing else. It cannot eliminate. The absolute worst it can do is write one markdown file in its own folder, and that's it. There's no safety risk in doing this automation. So now I'm going to tell you how the morning routine works. In 3 a.m. or whatever hour you put, the schedule task first. Cloud reads three resources, synthesizes one proposal, logs the run, and exits. Nothing is built yet. Then in the morning, you open Cloud Code, read the proposal of the exact date of today, .md, this file. You see the title, the hook, the full outline, and the shortlist, and everything that it tells you you can do the video about. Then you decide if it's ready to do it or not. You evaluate it. And then if you approve it, you open a Cloud Code chat and say, approve today's in chat. Only then it does all the heavy stuff. After this, it builds the presentation, the script, everything needed to record the video. So as I said, you can replicate exactly the same in my free school community built with AI. You have the daily video proposal .md file that it's the full SOP. Edit the objective, the sources, the proposal template. Make it yours in minutes. Then there is the run daily proposal. It's it's the file that it's the window runner. You drop it into any project folder and points it at your SOP. This is what tells Cloud Code and your Windows to run the automation at 3 a.m. or the hour you put. Then there is the schedule task setup guide, exact steps to wire this into a Windows task schedule for you to choose in which time it runs. You will have a guide on how to do it step by step. And you can adapt these three sources to your work if you want to have it on Notion, Linear, Slack, or anything that you want to add. Now I'm going to show you how I did it today to create this video. I go to my Visual Studio Code this is where I use my Cloud Code. You can use it in your desktop app or in the terminal. I have a video talking about this. Then as you can see in here, I have a folder. This is my full folder of Second Brain, the operating system. And inside my YouTube, I have YouTube Daily Agents. Then I have presentation and a school template. As you can see here, it has the file that I told you about, the run daily proposal. As you can see here, it's just written in plain English. Daily YouTube proposal 3 a.m. runner. Triggered by window schedule task. Runs Cloud Code headless against your project folder following the SOP. In workflows, daily video proposal MD, the other file I told you about, that it's in the free school community. So what you have to do is download the three files, put it in a folder, and tell Cloud Code that you want to replicate exactly this. Copy the prompt inside the presentation and tell it to do it every day at the hour you want. Then you can see that if I click, now I'm going to show you the one I did today. So now I go to my folder automations, it put it separately, and you can see YouTube daily and proposal. If I click in here, I can see yesterday and today. And if I see today, it puts what you did yesterday. This is the file that you have to read every morning when you open the computer. You can see what you did yesterday. It tells me that I created this automation. It tells me the video I can do with a working title and the angle I can do it about. Then the outline and what we need to build, only after you approve, as I told you. And estimated effort to film, medium, and other ways we can do this video. So I open a Cloud Code chat, as you can see, and I said, I accept this YouTube video proposal with the exact date. What you did yesterday and I put the first angle that it told me. I didn't choose these two, I chose the first one, this one. And then as you can see, it started building and going inside and looking in my folders and everything. And it created the plan. Then we can see that it created like the task it has to do, update what it has to do. First create video YouTube daily agent directory structure, then build a presentation deck needed with the exact style of the other presentations I do, that there is a skill for that. Then write the teleprompter script, write screen recording shortlist, and create the school community download template, what I've just uploaded in the school community. So as you can see, as it does the task, you can see how many there are left, and at the end there are all done when it tells you everything is built. Here's what landed in my folder. The presentation deck that I can click here, open in integrated browser, and it uses the same presentation we are using right now with the exact style I want, because it uses a skill to create the presentation, but I can explain you this in another video. And then you can see the teleprompter script. If I click, well, it puts me a whole script, but I don't follow it. I haven't followed it in this video. I just look at it to get the reference, but if I don't like it, I can just tell it to, for the next proposals, that it doesn't do the script. It just do the material like the presentation. Then is the shortlist, like every shot and video I record, exactly like the other one. I haven't used it exactly, I just look at it quickly, and if I don't like it, and I tell it that it doesn't have to spend and waste these tokens to create this MD file, that it cannot, it can better not do it, so that we don't waste prompts and tokens, and as I don't use it. And then the school template, if I click in here, you can see it created a folder, and then I told it that it does the title, description for the page, and the files I have to drop for the school community. In here I had to prompt it again, but then after doing this I put making automatically for every proposal you do, and then I don't have to prompt it again. It created the school template post, like the 3 AM title, the body, and the files that I have to upload. So here's how to do and how to have a 3 AM YouTube agent that writes scripts and proposals for your YouTube channel. So now it's just your turn to create that 3 AM agent in one template that you have in the free school community. You just download the shop, the runner from the school community, that will be the link in the description, and then you can tell me in the comments what your 3 AM agent did. So thanks for staying tuned, and I really appreciate making it to the end of the video, and see you on the next one.